south. He's from the south.
You're from the south?
You
Find anything?
you'll find in the pantry or the that I mentioned earlier,
Station games are
as you're walking towards the kitchen, a single aged bottle. It looks like it's been placed here
Goofy.
recently,
One of my favorite Disney characters.
and it's not old.
A single what?
Bottle.
Okay. Does it have any labels?
Just looks like a cheap wine.
Okay. Is there any relatively clean cups around? And or is there any water?
There's no water because you would have to go get it from a well, so no. But there are cups around.
Okay. So I pour myself a glass.
Okay.
I smell it.
It just smells like wine.
I drink some.
Can I?
It tastes surprisingly fresh.
Can you grab it from me?
That'll cost you
I
one
keep
gold
looking for
face.
food.
You leave the bottle on the counter and stuff like that.
Just leave it both for me because I'm like almost within arm's reach, right? Just it's a counter.
Yeah. So yeah, you walk away, you go back behind the counter, and you start looking around. Well, you put it back on the shelf in the pantry. You put it on the counter in the bar. That's where the bar is. You put it in the bar.
On the bar. Yeah.
You put it on the bar, and you go back.
I mean, nobody else is in the room, so I just like the table.
Okay, you guys are on the second floor. You guys are looking around. It's all the other rooms that you look in are completely empty. You do see some. You hear some scurrying going off in the corner, and you glance and you see some harmless little mice that run away.
It's the were-rats again.
There's dust everywhere you look and cobwebs, but there's no furniture in here.
Okay. What about the basement?
So, in the basement you find the barrels I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
But again, that's it. That you see unopened barrels in the bottom cellar.
Can I do a what's the check? Is it inspection or? I want to see if there's like a secret entrance we saw from like the going down into the sewers.
You want to try and see if you want to investigate to see if there's any secret entrances. You're welcome to do that.
Yes.
So you can first use your perception to see if there's anything around you. If that doesn't work, you can start trying to like push on all the walls, and that would be investigation. Of course, usually when you do things like that, if there is a trap, then you done set it off. Good luck with that. He's like, I found it. Oh. Fuck.
I want to use perception check.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
No.
Oh, there it is. My perception.
9.
14.
You look throughout the room,
Yep.
and you find that there is a wine cellar next to the ale cellar, but that's about it.
Okay. Then I want to do an investigation check. I want to move over the barrels, check the walls, check everything, looking for.
Got it. It's a small room. It's smaller than these two tables right here. You're not gonna find anything.
Okay.
Okay. You go all the way up to the attic.
I just want to see because we know that that underground tunnel connects to two basements of things.
You go up the stairs.
Connected to ours.
You see an attic bedroom. You see the garrets. You see some storage. You see an area that was obviously used for storage. You can see the scrapings of the wood on the ground. That there was obviously boxes and stuff kept up here. But that's about it. There's nothing. There's literally no furniture. Well, I mean, there's a window, but so not from the attic. So if this makes it easier for you guys to look at, this is a picture of the building that you guys are looking at right now. So if that makes it easier,
Isn't there a big map?
yeah, there's the map on the. Yeah,
Do you have a printed one of that?
no, of that place, no.
Somewhere else?
No, not printed one.
That's not. But you
While I'm in the basement, do I see any like loose dirt or gravel, mason, maybe a recently
I know, but I can't see it on my phone.
recently buried grave?
Look at Facebook on here.
Where's the attic here?
Don't write on the page. On my book.
That's not a pen. It's a.
Oh.
I'm not an invisible ink later on will show up. Where is this turret peak right here? Is this up where the attic is, or is it? Oh, that's just that. Okay.
The top of them.
Yes, I told you.
That's why I showed you the other picture, because I showed you guys this one several times. You guys, I thought the other picture might be a better thing. So the balcony is on the second and third floor, but not on the attic.
Yeah, to paint it.
Does that picture help make it better for you guys? Did you? Does that make it better? You see the balcony. You see the tree. You see that everything's boarded up. There's the attic up here. There's a turret.
Wait, can we light the window?
Cool.
So there are balconies you guys can go out to, but they're basically balconies for the rooms. And when you guys look around, there's no furniture or anything on any of these floors. While you're downstairs, the bottle of alcohol that you found, you hear it smashing. You hear a sound of glass breaking.
Aw.
And when you go back to the other room to investigate it, all the alcohol is now on the floor.
That sucks. Where's the bottle? Just like broken and
It's
shattered.
broken. It's broken. Like it fell off the counter because it must be unbalanced or something.
Is there a cat
Taking
around?
all our out.
You make a perception check.
15.
What alcohol?
What light is there in here?
There's a door open
The
and it's
alcohol
midday.
is officially out.
Yeah, but you're inside of a building, and the windows are all boarded up.
There's a door open.
So it makes a dim
So
light.
dim light.
So 10. You want to roll?
No.
Nothing in the boxes, right?
No, you see no cat.
Okay. I was like, that sucks. I start looking for something to clean it up with.
Are we going by turn base, or are you just kind of asking around?
A little bit of both.
Then can I go?
What do you do?
I want to use my extreme animal handling skill to see if I can befriend one of the mice in case something happens.
How are you going to befriend the mice?
Have you ever seen Stuart Little?
First of all, he said extreme animal handling.
How are you
He wants
gonna-
them to do a sick jump on the skateboard.
Okay.
Well, first off, you're going to need to befriend it. So how do you do that?
Well, I've got like +5 animal handling. That should do
But
something.
but
Right?
how do you do it?
How do I do it?
I'm not the kind of DM that says I do rolls. I go, I don't care.
Okay. So it was scurrying.
Rat?
Okay. So
Small mice, harmless, non-threatening,
yeah.
will not harm you. Mice.
Lay on the floor. Try to get it to come to you.
I put some like something food wise that I have with me on my hand, and I go like that, and I make like some mousy noises.
Okay.
And
Minus off one of your
but I know
rations.
how to do it.
Minus off one of your rations if you have rations.
I don't know where I was supposed
Because
to.
if you don't have, not every class has rations.
Yeah, it's like an.
I don't know if my class has rations.
Make cooling pads for surface pro?
So if you don't have rations, you
what?
don't have food.
Like cooling pads or something like that?
I have no
I
idea.
still don't know.
Oh,
what
for
I was
service?
supposed to start out with.
What?
Gonna keep
I'll take a
Other
look.
than what I was told.
I haven't got anything yet on Amazon, so I was just
Doing
flipping through
What's
all
your
the
background?
stuff.
I'm a soldier.
Okay.
Okay, so you would normally start with 10. So you want to look at what's in the backpack to put in your character. So you want to fill all that out. So again, the character sheet that I sent everyone last week auto-populates all the information. Right?
Alright.
It took us 5 minutes to fill out his entire character sheet, which you're not using in front of you.
I am working on it.
You're a horrible older brother.
Yes, I am.
Horrible older brother.
Okay!
No, just keep saying it.
Send to.
So, let's do a fast track this.
I'm looking for the link. I'm sorry.
I'm just taking a cursory look on each of the floors.
Yeah.
I'm headed for the peak of the turret.
Everything's dusty. Everything in here has been like, whatever goods, furniture of value are gone. Yes.
So, my background, urban bounty hunter.
Yes.
Use my charm to hunt down my victims.
Yes.
Kill them with kindness. You said there was a PI across the street? Or down
Well,
the
not, yeah, down the street, yeah. Well, he knows that there's a PI in here because he's from Waterdeep. Are you from Waterdeep?
No, but I have contacts in most cities we go to.
Okay. Then you would know that there's probably a private investigator, and many more than just one actually in the city of Waterdeep.
Okay. Can I go down to his office? Do I have to stay in this haunted hotel?
Well, I mean, if you're like, you guys take care of this. I'm leaving.
I sent you an email.
If
Pull it
anything
up on your
happens
phone and go print
in
it out.
game, you're completely devoid of any knowledge of it. You're not there.
Yep.
Go talk to the guys over there. They'll help you print it.
General
This
rule.
is the town map, right?
Yeah.
Which building are we?
So you're in T1.
T1. Which one's the private investigator?
You'll have to find it. You just know it's somewhere around here. You're not from here, so you don't know it, but you know it's somewhere around here.
The character record sheet thing.
Is there anyone anyone walking around in the street?
Well, okay, a few people here and there. It's snowing and freezing out. It's like Chicago today with negative 50-degree temperature.
I grabbed someone off the street.
Do they start yelling and screaming?
Hi Maxie. I'm new in town. We own this here patron. I want to see if you know anything about this place. That I don't. I know it's cold. I know you're busy.
I have one question to ask you before you talk anymore. It's a very simple question.
Yeah.
There's going to be a couple types of people walking through here.
Okay.
What type of person are you talking about?
Do I have options? Or?
Yes!
Okay.
There are going to be 3 types of people that you can talk to. Someone that looks like they obviously are affluent and live here. Someone that looks like they might be a maid, butler, some kind of a house staff. And someone that looks like a delivery person.
Looks like it.
Yeah, someone with packages and stuff like that, that they look like they're taking it to someone else. An errand boy.
Yeah.
Of the 3, the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. So a young man stops. Yes, I'm very busy. How can I help you?
Well, first I use my cantrip. What's it called?
I don't know one named Shoots. Sorry. That sounds very dangerous.
It's the white flower. It's a white flower. Yeah. So it gives you luck for a
What? Forget that. Hey, I know you're busy. New owner here, kind of new in town. I usually know someone. I'm looking for a friend. He runs one of the private investigator firms here. You know where he might be?
What's his name and where in town?
I only have his alias. I'm about to hire. He is a private investigator. We work closely with each other. We only go by our aliases. My alias is Goofy. So I'm not sure what you would call him. Can you just point me towards one of the investigators in town?
I've never had use for a private investigator. I don't know.
Yeah, but haven't you like delivered pizza to one?
What's a pizza?
Or Chinese food.
What's Chinese?
No.
Is that like from
Alright.
the Carator?
I'm on very important case here.
Okay.
And I need your help.
Okay.
This could... What's your name, son?
Assam.
Assam?
What's your name,
Well,
son?
Assam. My name is... I'll use my real name, and not just my alias. Getting to know each other. My name is Stain Drysock.
Stain Drysock.
Yeah.
Well, Stain Drysock, you'll probably want to walk with me because I do have to take these packages with me to a delivery.
Okay.
So what is it? You guys are trudging through the snow because he doesn't want to stay out here in the cold, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Okay.
Can you just tell me about the businesses in town? Which ones you go to? Which ones you stop in? Because I really need to find this guy. It's very important.
Well, right now I'm heading to the Steam and Steel.
Okay.
It's where they make metal armor, weapons, stuff like that. I've got a new supply of some metal ingots, some steel ingots and iron ingots that they requested, and I'm delivering it to them right now. So obviously these are a little heavy. I don't have time to. If you want to walk and talk with me, actually I don't trust you. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So he's like, these are heavy. He's just carrying these with him as he continues to walk on his way.
Yeah.
So for anyone that wants to mark T3, that's where you're heading.
Okay.
That's the Steam and Steel. And that's where you're walking to.
Demon Steel.
T3. He walks over there. He drops off the various goods, and he says, "Well, I know you might. You can ask the owner of this place if you want to, but that's about all I know. I'm just making a delivery here."
Okay. While we're walking, I'm casting Thaumaturgy, whatever. How do you
Let's check.
Thaumaturgy. So you recognize this?
Just put some flames near us to warm us up.
Yeah.
Keep us warm.
Okay.
Being a nice guy.
Okay.
All
All right. So we're gonna walk away from your character for a second. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Did I find something to clean up the spilled wine yet?
You probably find some old dirty rags that have just been left behind and no one's bothered to clean up.
Okay, cool. So I clean up the area, and for that matter, I just start cleaning the entire counter, making it look nice and shiny, cleaning up all the nasty dust and everything else like that.
Okay. As you're doing this, you see a painting that is on the wall just fall off again.
God damn it! Stop it! Pounding upstairs.
I'm just taking a cursory look at 4, 2, and 3, and then heading to
And
the peak of the church.
and okay, and you're cleaning the counter, so you're gonna start from.
Okay.
And then we'll start doing that.
Are you working away from? You're working away from here, working away into the kitchen, or doing the opposite as you're cleaning? Because you're right here right now looking at
Yeah,
you see.
from where I am, I just start cleaning from where I am. So
Okay.
start at the corner and then work my way towards the kitchen.
You haven't even bought this place. You already start cleaning it. That's interesting.
I made a mess. I'm in a cleaning mood. Nobody else is around.
I own the deed. What do you mean we don't?
You don't own the deed.
I have the deed.
You don't.
If you roll
So, the rest of you guys are upstairs. You're welcome to come back downstairs, but there's really nothing else going on beyond that. As you continue on with what you're doing, give me a perception check.
See if someone's lying.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, but
No, it's 10. So give me a perception check.
Bro, you know how much
You won't turn on light. That's your fault.
7.
Oh wait, disadvantage. So yeah, it sucks. When you send it to them, they should get it as a PDF and they should be able to print it because it should show up as all the.
which one I did was
The one that you guys,
I'm not able to like film my
it's a PDF. You can't do it on a phone. You have to do it on a computer.
Unless you have like an Adobe reader.
Storm Herald, Outlander, Dragonborn. It's all here. All right. Did you get an email for them to print it?
Try saving it as a filled in PDF.
Regular PDF.
Yeah. Because maybe with all the fill in stuff, it's changing all the info as it goes. Okay.
Someone in a fight?
No.
No. And there's no way you guys would know. You're all on different floors.
That's true. It's probably.
Okay, I can hear everything my upstairs neighbors do. So if you could definitely hear a fight through the floors. Just saying.
What hotels do you stay in?
No, I have my apartment. It's awful.
That's thin wood. That sucks.
It's not thin wood. It's a balloon system. It's trusses. So there's like a big air gap in between two floors.
Oh god. So when you get to the steel and you're gonna go over to the steel and what the hell is his name? Steel and Steven Steel. And you're gonna be able to go there in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. You're upstairs. You guys find nothing upstairs. There's no writings on anything. There's no pictures. It's dusty. There's no furniture.
I'm not really looking at the place. I was just seeing how the layout was and heading up to the top.
Yeah. As you continue to go up, all the floors are empty. There's no furniture. There's no nothing in any of the floors above the first one.
So it's like a shop house?
No, it's a place that's been abandoned for years. We talked about this
So
last
it's like a really dirty show-off house with nothing in it that you want to get sold.
It's a really old house.
It's a really old house that's drafty with.
Took care of.
It's prime location. It's in the middle of the city. It's the property value is more valuable than the house.
Yeah.
We're going to tear down. We're going to build a beautiful tower.
We're not tearing shit down.
Okay.
We're going to put a demon hole right where it stood.
So because obviously you have to go first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and you get to the attic. You're in the attic, and you see again.
That's crates. Nothing.
No. There's nothing in here. There's no
Oh, wait,
crates.
so it's storage.
It's a storage room. It's by the scrapings on the ground. You can see the boxes have been moved around here a lot. So you know that you can feel like it was a storage room because of all the scrapes and the indentations in the ground. But that's about it. There's no actual boxes in here. There's nothing in any of the rooms except for cobwebs, dust, and say field mice trying to stay out from the cold. That's it. And the occasional little bite, maybe spider.
12.
Walk around.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll just go back downstairs since there's nothing.
Yeah! Lucky
Okay.
9. 11 down.
You guys see?
Nothing in any of
I
the
love
rooms.
that die.
They should have the emails.
Yeah. So when you come down the attic, you see him, Declan, coming up towards you. Declan, not Crane.
Okay. Ain't nothing up there. Dust.
I get a.
You guys talk to each other.
Yes.
That's interplayer.
Where did you
I
go?
was telling him there's nothing up there, but
I do.
stuff's been moved around. But other than that, there's just.
So you guys understand the way I do roleplay. It's not just players versus with talking to the you guys talk to each other also. You go past him anyways?
What do you
Okay.
expect? Anything? Are you passing me or are you still going?
Go high five on the way.
Okay. When you walk up to the attic, you see.
On the attic is going up the turret.
Oh, you're going up to the turret.
It's over in one of the bedrooms.
Well, I'm just following him since I ran into him.
Claiming that 8 silver.
Yeah. The turret again in the same situation. It overlooks, but it has no furniture, not even a chair in there. It's just dusty cobwebs.
I'm just trying to get up.
You get to the, and that'll take you a minute or two to get to the very top. Not a problem.
Just want to see what the view is. It's really funny. I was looking at this, the way this thing is laid out. The privies are basically just rooms to go to the bathroom, so you're going to have chamber pots. So if you're really lazy and threw the chamber pot out of the master bedroom window, it will land on top of those people's houses. Or out of the library and study, it will land on top of those people's houses. Actually, if you do it just right, you can throw it down their chimney.
That's messed up.
You create a funnel.
So, you get to the Steam and Steel.
Yes.
Are you on third?
What do you want to do?
This kid seems like he's no help to me.
Third floor.
Yeah, he's making his delivery. He's receiving some coins in return, and he turns around and leaves.
Who's behind the counter at the Steam stuff?
So you see a fire genasi and a water genasi both working behind the counter.
I don't know what Genasis are.
Genasi are like elementals. They're
Okay.
people with colored skin, like think human-like genies.
Okay.
So a water genasi is going to be generally
I'm asking for a
blue.
wish.
It's Miko's turn.
A fire genasi is basically red. Look like they're on fire.
He's going to.
Phenomenal
He's scared.
power and itty-bitty
Sling.
So
Yeah.
both of them are sitting here. You see a man. He seems to be tending the forge,
9.
and the woman is just sitting back and not doing anything else.
I want to go up to the man working the forge. Want to go up to him? Say.
Oh wait, I think I made a.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Also,
I made a.
Terrible mistake.
I'd say I made a terrible mistake. Both men
okay.
are sitting there. One minding the forge and one is sitting back. Relaxed.
Wait, what? There's people upstairs?
No.
Where I'm at.
Where you?
Oh.
He left.
In the house. He's not
Okay.
Johnny, I have contacts in most cities. Do I have a contact in this city?
Well, you could. What are you trying to do with
I'm
it?
just trying to get more information.
Well, I mean,
I can form a contact. That's how I'd like to do it.
Okay,
Me
so-
already knowing someone in the city. 'Cause I'm
so
completely
your background again was which one?
urban bounty hunter.
Okay, okay. So, you see the two people sitting there. One of them is sitting back, relaxed. The other person seems to be working the forge.
Okay, I want to go to the relaxed one then.
Okay. The water genasi introduces themselves as Avi.
Okay.
He just turns and very quietly, painfully, just introduces himself. Hi there.
Hey, tried.
Oh, my name is Stain Dressel. I'm Newtown.
Yes. Oh, well, you must be in the need for some fine metal goods. We have weapons, armor, shields, anything you might need of the metallic type found in Chapter 5 of the Player's Handbook that you might want to buy, as long as it's made of metal.
I promise I will buy something later.
That would be fantastic. We have plenty in here. Please excuse the smell. It's obviously, we do have the smell of sulfur and stuff like that. That's not just the furnace.
Hey, you see me? I'm chiefling. I'm used to smell sulfur. You just smell my farts.
Yeah, he turns and looks at it. The other person goes, "My husband over there, Embrick. He, he's a little hard to get along with sometimes. So I totally understand about those fiery farts."
Who's talking right now?
Avi.
The dude? Mm-hmm. Nice.
That's why I said I made a bad assumption when I said that they're a married couple. I thought when I said he for the first one, I assumed the other one was a female. I said no, he and he.
Well, Avi.
Yes.
New to town. I'm actually one of the new owners for what's soon to be the Cakeness bar and restaurant in this town.
Okay.
You're welcome anytime, you and your husband.
Okay.
Of course. But right now, I'm here for business.
Okay.
My personal business. I'm an urban bounty. I'm trying to find the private investigator of the town. I can't remember his name. I have a contract with him. We only use aliases. But do you know which building he might be in?
Okay, and then.
Well,
okay,
I
now I'm good
know there's a
investigate it.
business not too far from here. The sign with the cat's eyes on it.
Yeah.
It's if you look at it, they'll point out like if you know where that inn is, right there, the one that no one wants, that's been sitting there for years unsold. Across the street, and then behind that building across the street, T5.
Okay.
That's where that building is. It's the Tiger's Eye. I know he's lived in Waterdeep for years, or rather that business has. They might be able to tell you. I know that they do investigations, but I don't think they're a very good business.
That's fine. He's not very good at his job.
Well, that's the problem. I don't know if the person you're looking for is going to be there because there's always a different person running that business. Like every time you go, it's someone else.
Okay.
So they might be able to point you in the direction. If you're looking for a private eye, maybe they could find the person you're looking for. But
well, you've been here for a while, right, Avi?
yeah.
What do you know? Because I'm actually one of the new owners for that wretched, worn-down, awful building. Bringing it back.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. What can you tell me about it? Because it's really... Have you been in it? Have you ever been in it?
I mean,
You seem to have lived here most of your life.
well, it was owned a while ago by a half-elf named Liff. Yeah, I mean, that guy made that place his life's work. It was magnificent in its heyday. I remember when I was a kid, and I first saw that place. We were traveling through town back then before I decided to make Waterdeep my resting home, and I remember being magnificent.
Okay.
Now, not so much. You have to understand, Liff died quite a number of years ago. He passed away something like 15 years ago.
Do you know how he passed away?
He's becoming
No, I wasn't here when it happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your husband?
We moved here together.
Okay.
Yeah. No, about 1492. when some horrible things happen. These princes of the apocalypse. I mean,
Princes of the Apocalypse.
yes.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So I'm basically referencing another hardcover.
Okay.
It's a book of elemental evil. It's where air genasi and water genasi is the first reference. And you'll notice I do subtle references like that. So before you start thinking it's a hook, it's not.
All right. Well, Avi, thanks for all your help. Give him a big old wink. And I say wink when I do it. Wink.
Okay, with that, you hear the other person. You see the other person just like look over, is like, what was that?
Oh, you get one too. Wink.
Then Avi looks, what was that?
Wink. No, I'm joking with y'all. Y'all come over when we get the place up and running. Y'all's first round on me. Don't even worry about it.
So,
and I'll make sure to send as much business as I can to y'all's place.
They seem very scared.
Yeah.
No, they're just.
I can feel it.
Clearly jealous.
Let there be fire.
yeah.
They don't have a safe relationship. One's water, one's fire, zero, just a rocky foundation.
I'm glad you saw right through that.
Yeah. I'm a people person. I'm charming. It's 17.
And you start winking at random guys like, hey, why is he winking at you? You didn't think I was gonna see that? You hear some minor bickering going on inside as you guys walk out.
Okay.
Okay, you can go on to the next building.
I will.
And I'm gonna get back to him.
I'm immune.
Sorry, not to him. Declan, you went to the top of the tower by yourself. Okay.
Hey guys, don't go
As
to the
you're
store.
going through,
What do I do to attach this?
it feels colder and colder and colder. Obviously, because you're in the tower, there's windows and there's not much insulation. As you get to the top, you can look around and you see this magnificent view of the top of Waterdeep. You know, all the nice houses in there, and you can see in the
Wait, what happens if I
what do you
say
call it?
yes?
The little ledge where the window is, etchings. No. The balcony would be outside. It's the window ledge.
There's actually a perch up there.
A windowsill?
Yeah, windowsill. That's what it was.
It looks like there's a ladder that goes up to the actual turret.
No, well, I'm talking about before you go up, outside. Not going outside. We're staying inside. What looks like little initials of people's names that may have been etched in the windowsill. Yeah, and little hearts around it, and you see and as you start to look around, you see more and more like around here, like people have made this
Link
little
from each of those,
lumber.
put them in a text chat to the channel.
Yeah.
That is a good sound. Is this the
And as you
That's a 10.
give me a perception check. As you're looking down and you're seeing the dust on this windowsill with all the etchings in it, you notice the dust moving. And as you notice it, you see it say, closing time. Being written out as you sit there.
That's cool.
So we go in. I'm in the party.
What languages do you speak?
Right now, he speaks Goblin, Elven.
Yeah.
Good. Because I forgot to ask before I said it. It's being written out in Elven.
Okay. And he'll have to. Right now, he's a mastermind. I think that's where I'm going to keep him. But he's got two that have a big hit. I'm not sure if he's going to stay in mastermind.
Mastermind is so fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find one that fits him. He may be an arcane trickster or a main multi with something else.
The only rogue I like more than that is Inquisitor.
Yeah, he doesn't have the intelligence for an Inquisitor.
I don't know the password off the top of my head.
Including Nico.
I mean, he should know. Nick, it's like I think it's like Multiverse 1.
How big is the ledge?
Huh?
How big is the ledge? The little windowsill?
I mean, it's 6 inches.
So pick up a splinter off the floor, so it might small, and write it does. So there's room.
Wait, do the humanoids have a signet ring?
You know,
That could hurt this.
So it just responds with last call.
Sacred.
they get a lot.
You said we. It costs 100 gold.
So in the grime and dust that's obviously accumulated on the windowsill over the last few years that no one's cleaned, that's someone's, you're basically writing, scratching in grime and dust.
That's why I'm trying to write small so that there's actually room before we run out of.
Yeah, ledge.
So small then it's like help you question mark.
Hey, you're in the room too. 15.
It responds again with
11.
pay your bill.
Who else is with him right now?
Evo gets a 14.
The little short elven
Evo is the MVP.
the biker. You know,
Well, no, it got to that, and then there's more ledge. Sorry, I didn't say that part. It got to his pay your bill, and that was the end of the room for it to write on that ledge.
Okay. How much?
Yeah, but remember when
Oh no, that's as much. I mean, you'd have to
you're out of
overwrite.
it.
Yeah, you're out of room.
I got you.
Yeah, you can find somewhere else to write on, but that's not right here.
Okay.
Because you guys have him kind of write a little big because of the size of
I
it.
got you. So leave the splitter on the windowsill.
Okay.
So this is one that's why he wanted it for his research.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna push up to the actual landing.
It's freezing. You know that. You're going outside in the cold.
He's gonna go out there first.
4 stories up.
Yeah. He wants to see what that's what the whole point was to come up here and see the 360
Okay.
degree view.
I'm gonna give you. It's slippery.
5 minutes.
It's slippery. It's hard to get footing and hard to hold on to the steps.
Well, I think it's a ladder.
I know.
So, well, he'll push the
Because remember, there's snow packed up here too. So you're gonna be.
see how much snow is up there because it may be too much for him to lift.
There's a lot because there's a lot outside. Remember, on the ground, you guys are trudging through knee-high snow to get to this place.
Climb the ladder at first and see how heavy it is. It may be too heavy for him to even lift.
Make a strength check.
We can acrobatics.
Yeah. That's what I believe is asleep.
It wasn't much higher than that. It was only a 14. But,
Well, he's got a -1, so
Oh.
that 13 rolls on that 12.
oh, so if you had a +1.
So, all right, he's done.
uh,
It's time for drinks.
okay. You guys go back down. You guys are able to. You pass him back on the second floor. You guys are what, third floor, second floor. You're over back at. No, he's in the turret. He went from the third floor to the turret up
He
and then
went
back down.
outside and down?
No, the turret isn't outside. It's connected. It's like a connected little tower thing that's connected to the building.
Oh, okay.
It's all for 30.
No,
Yeah.
it's Meepo.
It's like a third floor access. You have to.
Oh,
go
okay.
through.
I found any other alcohol, anything?
No.
It's all dry, everything's
Yeah.
sucks.
Next up is
Is there a stove?
Is there a stove in the kitchen? I mean,
Sure.
there's a cooking area.
Okay, I go outside, pick up with a pot, and pick up a ton of snow and start to boil it down to water.
Plus
How are you getting the fire?
14.
Is there nothing else over there?
No. There's no wood. Like somebody's gonna start breaking down the chairs and tables.
Is there a really rickety chair that's broken?
Yeah, there's lots of rickety.
I take most of the rickety chairs that are broken.
There's broken furniture.
I take most of the chairs that are broken and burn them into the firewood.
They must have
You can do that.
Okay, now I have fire. I have water. We have water, guys.
No one hears you.
Damn it.
Everyone,
Fire!
everyone upstairs is like, we're not setting the place on fire.
No one hears this though.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, you come downstairs, and you're able to see him and him and him.
I'm going down too. Well, I've been going down this whole time. So
Yeah.
I'm going down. I'm down to the first floor there somewhere.
You see me breaking chairs, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, you get down to the first floor. You see that he has table leg in hand, and he seems to be snapping it in half, like putting it at the edge of the floor and just smashing it down so that the legs breaks off, and he seems to be just making piles of them.
Only the broken ones.
Firewood?
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Ale 30.
Okay.
Calling portal.
So,
Bundle.
Yes.
Well, Gen X has a ton.
you do see there are a couple chairs. As you just gather, most of the stuff is broken, right? But you realize as you're going around there's maybe a salvageable chair that you could probably use to sit on, things like that, like and a couple tables. But you not all in the same area. You have to kind of collect them to make one table from around the room.
Just a. Sorry, I'm still going through and
No, what's the
trying to
question?
figure out. The starting wealth, was I supposed to do
No.
that? No. Okay, I didn't think so.
It kind of doesn't matter. That's yours, not mine. What am I doing here? My water's down here.
Did you drink my water?
I did not, but I was about to. I was really close to. That's a good idea.
So,
Am I up?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I went to the building that she pointed me, or he pointed me to.
Tiger's Eye.
Yeah.
Tiger's Eye.
Tiger's Eye. Are the lights on when I walk up to it?
Okay. When you walk in, it looks like a nice apartment. Very regal, very well dressed.
No.
You see.
Real quick.
Sorry. No, it's okay. We'll do someone else. Okay. As you're sitting there breaking a table apart, you come down, Roger, and you see him break a table apart. But as he's doing that, you see a table stand itself up and kind of slide over towards the center of the room.
Yes, but I don't have one.
And you're just standing there at the front of the door to look in. A chair gets lifted up, one that is still salvageable, and slides right up to the table.
Well, that's convenient.
You should totally go over there and sit down.
Sure.
Natural one. Looks like.
Now make an agility check because something's falling on your head.
Okay.
Just inspect it.
It's a chair.
Okay.
It's a wooden chair.
Slide it out. Sit in it.
Okay.
Slide it back into place.
As you sit down, you're about to slide into place. It tucks in and helps seat you. You know, when someone glides the chair in behind you.
This house is not haunted. It's just enchanted.
What do you normally do?
We found.
It was originally designed
Well, he's not there.
as
You have to tell him.
power stone.
This house is not haunted.
For the divorce.
Apparently, it's enchanted.
Okay.
I just pulled the chair out, sat in, and it scooted itself up to the table with me in it.
I heard about this. It's something called technology. It's going to take over the world.
Magic.
Okay. So,
It's in our hands.
the mug that you filled out the wine with, you never said you drank it all.
Correct.
So, you see a mug
Float.
floats, land on the table in front of you, and kind of push its way in front. After a second, a napkin comes off from the floor, shakes in the air, and is placed upon your lap.
Yeah, so.
Okay. A little too close for cover, but okay.
Nice. Thank you. I grab the mug. Is there anything in it?
It looks like a cup with some alcohol. You smell the fermented smell of cheap wine, and it's probably about a quarter of the way full.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's.
Just take a small sip.
It's rich and tastes like grape juice,
Ooh.
but not like good alcohol.
Is it pretty?
It's more juice than
No, I
alcohol.
can't.
It's okay.
Okay.
Will-
Ask me this. Why were you wandering around instead of coming back over here and asking for help?
Because I just now learned that I.
Plus 5 to hit.
Well, next time I'll just send it back to me, guys, and I'll print it before, because, like I said before, if you guys send it to me, I'll print it before the session.
I just learned that
I mean, I'm more than willing to print before a session, as long as I have ink in my printer.
Like my throwing spear.
And there's the rub.
Okay, what do you guys do?
I'll just take sips of the
Okay,
nicely grape juice, I guess. Really
it's wine.
nice.
It's just not a very good wine, you know.
Story at all? And I'm sorry.
Huh?
I said I am not contributed at all right now. I'm sorry.
So here's what you need to understand about D&D role play in general. It's not just like fighting all the time. Sometimes it's player to player,
Yeah.
talking, like him telling him what he did, him telling him what he did.
Yeah, like
And sometimes you tell it the right way, and sometimes you do a telephone game and you screw it up, and then it's just misinformation, and then things just get really funny.
The GM uses that as a chew toy.
It's like, I can do something with this.
I'm gonna ask Declan what I should be doing because I've just been standing there.
Yeah. So basically, he's been on the second floor, just like looking around, and he went upstairs and he passed you. You're coming down from the attic, from the third floor, back down to the second floor, and you see him still waiting on the second floor. Like, apparently he's been like. Apparently, you see him just like looking out. When you get down to the second floor, you see him looking out the window, and he just seems mesmerized by watching the falling snow.
Oh yeah, that sounds like me. I'd be like, some nice snow, man. Nice snow. And then I turn around and ask if there's anything I can be doing.
Anything to eat at this kitchen?
You should be drinking.
No. It's completely.
Oh, yeah, that's what
If there was at some point, it's long gone.
Okay. I have no clue like what drink and food is like part of the menu first. Is there coffee or anything like that?
Yes.
There's coffee?
There's coffee.
Okay, can I go down and I have coffee with me that can be my ration thing or something?
No, because rations are like breads, cheeses, stuff like that. They're food stuff. So you can buy coffee, but it's going to be super expensive.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because things like coffee are not normal. Like, I mean, it's not super expensive, but for you to...
Okay, so if my character was like loved coffee, would it make sense that I have way less gold that I have coffee with me?
I mean, you can buy it. It's not an issue.
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, is there any way that I could have bought it like before I even joined the party or whatever? Just as a so like, if my character really loves coffee, would it make sense that he had already bought coffee before he became part of the party or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, you can have.
So that I could go down and make coffee with the fire that he started.
Sorry, I can't.
No, that's okay.
You have to talk a little louder.
So could I like be down there with him making coffee?
I mean, you can now. You can go downstairs. Yeah, you can.
Then I guess I'll do that.
Go third.
I can't figure out what else to do. So
Once you're in the second,
there's stairs. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I realize now what kind of a hotel kind of thing this is, and I've been in one of these before, but it didn't make sense to me when I first looked at it. I thought it was inside the lair. Yeah.
Well, it looks like
bed and breakfast
it's
with
a
everyone.
tavern, not an inn. So like the ground floor is the business, and he didn't want people wandering upstairs from the tap room.
Yeah.
So he had the stairs on the outside.
Yeah.
And keep it locked.
Actually go to the house.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. I got you.
Yeah.
Not that they
Guys should really come down and check this out. This is really cool.
So the only thing that you guys haven't checked out actually is the barrels I mentioned earlier that are in the bottom floor.
In the basement?
Bottom floor, first floor. The barrels that I mentioned that are in here.
Oh, in the kitchen? Okay, I'm in there. I'll scoot out and go investigate.
discussing the floor.
Thank you for the drink, whoever that was.
Okay. When you get in there, you see that there is a pot, a large black pot that's on the
A cauldron or a pot?
pot. Just a black pot. Cauldron is.
yeah, pots like that, cauldrons like this, and the cauldron goes straight in the fire.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's got a pot that he's placed on a stove, on a wood fire stove, but it's filled with, when you walk in, it's just filled to the brim with ice and snow. It's just sitting there, and it looks like the place where you place the fire, the front door has been pulled open, and there's no fire in there. And you look back and you see what
That is boiling? Or is it melting?
Tim is still breaking wood off.
Okay. Tell him to stop breaking the enchanted furniture. The furniture is nice, people.
Okay, so there's
Nobody else is down. Who else is down there besides me and him? Nobody? Okay. Well, I can't yell at him to stop breaking furniture.
Okay, everyone get ready.
Breaking the furniture.
Everyone prepare.
You'll regret it.
Oh, here.
Maybe want a Girl Scout cookie before they're all gone?
I'll take one.
I would love one.
There's not much down there, so I'll let y'all fight it out.
I got the crumbs.
I'm really glad I got a natural.
Let me get one. I got the crumbs.
Cookie and some pieces.
You can have the pieces.
Okay, so
Yum.
So, have you guys made a decision yet? I'm trying to move the story forward. Have you guys made a decision yet? What do you guys want to buy the place? When you open up the barrel, it's only it's a little stuck, but you're able to get it open. It's not that hard. And what you find in there is what used to be alcohol that's been aged for so long, it's basically turned to vinegar. Yeah. Yeah, you're like,
Hey, you!
Yes.
Stop breaking the furniture.
I'm not breaking anything. It's already broken.
It's already broken. Okay.
some of the furniture is broken, some of it's not.
Okay.
I was only taking the broken
any
stuff.
of the non-broken furniture because it's enchanted.
Got it.
Apparently.
Okay.
It just sat me at the table
Can
and
it
poured
just
me
be
a
the
drink.
price of
Nice.
tea?
You're not there.
Would
You
that
don't
make
know.
sense?
The price of what?
I've been looking for the price of coffee, but I can only find tea so far.
Nobody breaks the
There should be
furniture.
like equivalent. Yeah, just call it the price of tea.
You might regret
That's
it.
fine.
I'm still doing.
If there's no price of coffee there, just call it the price of tea.
Okay, so now basically we have barrels of vinegar.
I thought coffee was in there, and I'll look at it later.
It's not in the player's handbook. There's not that much food stuff.
That's fine. Okay, so have you guys made a decision about what you guys want to do with this place?
We're going to get together first.
Oh yeah, he's missing. Never mind. Okay, you're over at the Tiger Time. Yes, very nice regal apartment. Sorry, you walked away. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm making coffee where you are.
You see a gentleman standing inside. He's smoking a slim pipe, and he's dressed in a sharp suit.
Okay.
A sharp suit.
Okay.
He's obviously human,
Yep.
and he just sits up there, legs up, you know.
Oh, I like this guy. He's gonna be my best friend.
He's got
Are you still in here?
his pipe.
chose Jake.
No, I'm
It's
not.
on already.
I've been
Close
going
enough, you can
around
read it.
town, meeting people.
So
You know what you're doing.
the pipe in one hand, like a book in the other. You see flickering oil lamps just lighting the room.
Okay.
Very nice furs and other blankets, things like that, just draping around the room and the chairs and things like that. And he smiles and looks over to you. It's like, yes,
Acrobatics, animal handling, or
what can I help you with?
First of all, love this. Love your whole thing. It fits you perfectly. Don't change. Don't let anyone tell you to change. You got it. You know who you are. Okay. Second of all, hello, my name is Stain Drysock.
Stain, Vincent Trent, how may I be of service today?
Well, Vincent, new in town. Just make my way. I was actually sent over here by Ava. Water.
Oh, you were just down the street then. You were over there at the Human Steel.
I sure was.
And Avi,
Avi,
right?
he's real nice.
Yes. I'd watch out for his husband though. That guy,
Oh,
his temper's as fiery as his hair.
I was like, you're telling me.
Okay.
Well, what was his name again?
Avi?
Not the husband.
Embrick.
Embrick.
Yeah.
Well, Embrick.
No. Embrick was the husband.
Yeah.
This person is.
I introduced myself. So.
Oh no. Yeah, he introduced himself as Vincent Trench.
Vincent. Well, Vincent, I've been trying to find the town investigator. Is that you?
Wait.
I heard there was a.
You're the warlock, right?
Yeah.
You see magic coming all over him.
Oh. Okay.
I remember you cast detect magic right a little while ago, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So yeah, you see magic all over this guy.
Okay. I don't let that show.
Yeah.
Um,
If you spend an action focusing on magic, you can see what type of magic it is. But his entire body, like from head to toe, he himself is just outlined with magic.
maybe he's a spectre.
is it visible to the human eye or just?
Only because he cast detect magic. And that's why I love that one.
Detect magic.
No, at will, you always have it on.
Furbog's the same way.
I cast it for 6 seconds, and I have it on for 10 minutes. This means you basically have it on forever. There's no reason to not ever cast it. You blink, it's on.
Like a switch.
Somebody's in there.
But they are.
Well, are you the investigator I've been looking for?
He just went in. He'll be out in a minute.
Well, there's 2 of them in there.
I might be.
Well,
What is there? What is it you're looking for?
bottom line, I'm one of the new owners for that rinky-dink shack. You know, the one that's been abandoned forever.
Yes, the one now Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah, we're rebranding. It's no longer going to be the name.
Gotcha.
It's
What's
going to be,
the new name?
It's going to be Stain and the Losers.
That's a horrible name.
We're workshopping it. I know it's horrible.
It sounds like the kind of place you go to in the South Ward.
Yeah, it's not a good name. We're workshopping it. You got any suggestions, Victor?
I would stick with Troll Skull Manor. It was the fine name of a fine establishment run for years.
I heard the owner was just this real sweet guy.
Yeah, Liff, awesome. He was a half elf. I mean, he got some money together, opened this place up. No one thought he'd be able to do it, but he made a killing over there. Service wins. Let me tell you that, my friend. Service wins.
I know. You're telling me I know.
And how may I be of service to you?
Well, hopefully I can follow in his footsteps.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about him? I heard he passed away. That's so sad.
Well, I'll remind you that as an investigator, usually I do charge for my services.
Okay.
Normally, when someone wants an investigation done, I usually charge, give or take, about 50 gold pieces. So, if you're looking for some information, I can definitely put together a portfolio for you and make sure that you get whatever it is that you're looking for. If you have some secrets you're looking for, definitely can give you some of that. But I do have to make a living.
How about quid pro quo here, Victor?
Okay.
I don't pull out my big book of death. I still have that. I bring out my spell book. Flip through real fast so you can see what it is. I'm assuming you can sense it's worth. Hey, 50 gold might be a little steep to me, but I do have this book. And I'm just trying to get some basic information. I'm not looking for full investigation. Maybe we help each other out.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, if you want to owe me a favor.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Yes. Wink. I audibly say wink and also wink at him.
Yes, wink.
I mean, what I could have you do is,
Dun, dun, dun.
I need to keep some advertisements for my business posted. If you get this tavern up and running, maybe you let me.
Don't even worry about Victor. I got your back. Heck, you're going to be invited to the smokers' room. We'll have a whole section for us.
For smoking?
And how bloodshot are his eyes?
All right.
You got a deal?
So you let me put up my flyers in your business.
Yep.
I'll answer a couple questions.
Thank you. That's all I ask. Deal.
Okay. You do realize I expect you to not renege on the deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your posters will be up.
Okay.
We can discuss the size and locations. We're not going to put them behind a bookcase or anything, but we're also not going to make an entire wall the size of your poster.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what's your question?
I want to know how he died. Leaf.
L-I-F is his name.
So what exactly does it do? You can use yes. You can utilize it to
Trying to see.
make base medications.
Do you have any other different questions while I try to find that one?
Yeah.
I think it has 10 uses.
This might be one of those things where they just go and leave it up to the DM to make up.
I want to know if Liv had any enemies. You said 3 questions, right?
No, just questions.
Okay. Now, I want to know how he died. I want to know if Liv had any enemies. If he had any relations to those 2 warring guilds that we've been dealing with.
Sorry.
And
Got the cat video.
You know what? None of that.
or if you might know anything about a supernatural presence that's remaining in the building.
So
because I was there when plates were spinning and stuff was falling off the wall, so I know
that was probably Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to understand.
Now, is this coming from Victor?
Yeah. You have to understand. He made that business his life.
Yeah.
The guy never married.
Yeah.
I mean, he died there.
Yeah.
And when he died, there was no one else to take over the business. He had no heirs. He had no will. When he died, that business died with him.
Okay, so this is
the city took it over for unpaid taxes, and next thing I know, Boho ended up buying it from the city.
okay. You're acting real weird, Victor. You're acting very nervous. It's a pleasant conversation. You don't have to be threatened here. I don't want to do the goofy voice anymore. It's really hard to do for long sentences. So I'm thinking of another voice. No,
A lot of character stuff.
Yeah. So, Liv was there.
Yep.
There was no sense that he knows of. No warring with, no affiliations with any of the Zentarum.
He was just a very dedicated.
He was a dedicated person that made that business his whole life. Spent 40 years of his life there. Opened it from like in his 20s and 30s. Stayed there till he died, and then he died of old age. And he's now currently buried in the city of the dead. He's just buried normally.
Okay.
But his spirit never left the place. It's just he loves that place, and he would do anything for that place.
Okay.
Best tavern keeper ever. Don't say it. Tell Durden I told you that. But I mean, he's better than Durden.
I've met Durden. He's all right. I get it.
Very angry.
You are very angry?
Yes.
Why?
I love Durden.
You're not there.
I don't care. I was staring at the snow.
I felt an aura.
Someone badmouthed my friend.
Hey, it's like a split screen. It just cuts to me, and I'm staring out at the snow, and I just go.
Okay.
Victor, huge help. Hey, your poster is going to be there. Hey, you get people coming in here, just let them know. Help each other out. You send more people to my place, I'll send more people here.
Oh, I might call upon you in the future. If you call upon me, I might, we'll see.
Love this relationship. I'll be keeping my eye out for some of that dank tobacco to put in your pipe.
All right.
Last question. You left behind the shop or the restaurant and hotel. Do you have any one worldly possession you really cared about more than anything else? Like I might be trying to summon this guy later to just talk it out with him.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the tavern itself. I mean, maybe the tavern.
That's what I thought. It's okay.
I mean, that was his life. I mean, I don't know anything else about him. I mean, I didn't know him that much better. He died years ago, so.
Okay.
Not to get a little
Well,
quiet
Victor,
currently.
nice meeting you. Hope to see you again. You're my favorite person in this whole town.
What are they?
Don't tell Ava that. He's nice, but you know.
Yeah.
You know.
I got you.
So I politely exit, keep warm, and I head back to the tavern.
Gotcha. Okay.
Interesting encounter you had there, bud.
You don't know. You don't know.
You get back. Okay, so you're gonna trudge through the snow, and the snow that you, since you've been outside, it wasn't snowing before, but as you start getting back to the building, you can look. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
No, we're not. Thank you.
Ooh, that's not good. It's 5.
Okay, you don't see anything, but you do notice that the snow is slightly falling. Do me a favor, make me a perception check.
Drake, there's gonna be like this otherworldly monster that comes in and tries to destroy the place.
Wait, I rolled for that, yeah.
He said it did it beyond his
He did. He got a 20. No, that was last.
And he couldn't get up on the tree because the
So it's 9.
snow was blocking the
So as you're looking out the window and you see this snow slightly falling, you can see what looks like your compatriot walking back towards the inn.
Walking back?
Mm-hmm. He's walking back towards the inn. As you're getting ready to go back downstairs, because you said you were getting ready to go back downstairs.
I was going to make coffee.
Yeah. So right before you go back down, you see him coming back.
Again, I'm using thaumaturgy. How do you pronounce it?
Thaumaturgy.
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 To just spark flames, keep my hand warm.
You see him like.
Whoa, little fireballs, thank you very much.
Okay. Things go bad. No, when that happens, you know. Okay. You guys get back to the inn, and would you say that everyone collects back in the main room? At this point, he's just started putting the wood into the fireplace and starting trying to melt the snow. You're walking back in as you see, what's your character's name? Borge, pulling out a small brown sack, and in that and you can smell as he opens the sack the smell of fresh coffee. You see Codis sitting at a table by himself, and 6 other mugs have placed themselves around him. In the meantime,
around him or around
on the table? On the table.
Just hovering around your head.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Like walk over, start spinning.
But there was only 3 chairs in all around the table at this point. So you've watched this. This table has been setting itself. Cups have been forming around. The only 3 chairs have been forming because there's no other good chairs.
All broken.
Some barrels have been pushed over. It's when there was no chairs. And so now there's this place seatings for 6 around this small table.
What's your intelligence? Can I ask?
My intelligence?
Yeah.
How smart are you? Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Is that your lowest?
I realized I'm not after watching that damn show.
With his intelligence, he thinks his key is just out of control while this is all happening. He's just like,
T?
I didn't know I could his key because he's a monk.
Okay.
He thinks he's just doing this, but he doesn't know why. That's why he hasn't alerted us. He's just like, I didn't know I could do
Are
that.
all of y'all kind of freaked out about this haunted house?
Okay, so this is
like chillaxing.
yeah. So now that you guys have all gathered back together, you guys can now tell each other what you think.
How you doing?
I'm watching the mugs around him, and instead of saying anything, I just pick one off.
No, they're on the table now.
They all floated around.
Yeah, they all floated, landed on the table, and then just that's
Not
it.
bad wine, but it's not the greatest. But okay.
That's free.
No, the first wine you drank before you finished the glass was actually not bad. It just tasted more like grape juice because it's not very. It hasn't been fermented that long.
Oh, okay.
The wine that was in the barrels was so far gone, it's basically vinegar.
I'll drink that stuff.
Yeah. So,
I've never seen it.
what do you guys want to do at this point?
What's that?
I want to call out to the house
Just sip of that water.
and
Water.
like, Liv, are you here, buddy?
He's like, oh, vodka. I like your stuff.
Liv.
It's like, it's not vodka.
Gone out. Oh, by the way,
Vinegar.
guys,
Tries it.
I think I know what's messing up this house. There's this cool cat who used to live and operate this place. His name's Liv. He's a half elf.
Well, he didn't do a good job with the mugs.
Whoa. He's been dead for a while. So
You don't say.
give him a break.
I was trying to make it fun. Cool.
Does Liv appear?
No one appears.
Well, guys, Liv, he used to own and operate this place. Pride of his life. Didn't really do much else. I think if we just take care of this place, we'll take care of us.
No, Lincoln.
Don't
As long as we don't break it down.
Don't break any furniture.
What if I just do this?
It's nice. It's all
There we
enchanted.
go. Now Lincoln, scoot down towards
As you can see.
We need to either make our own.
We need someone to wear the Disney princess dress.
What are you wearing?
That's all I'm saying. This could be a good thing.
Drink careful, it's really full.
He's got it close enough.
wearing like a black robe.
I need documentation.
You feel something tugging at your robe.
Okay.
Do you do anything about it?
I follow where it's tugging.
It's just like
No, it's like
something's pulling on it.
Okay.
Do you resist? What do you do?
I don't resist.
You feel your roll being taken off your body.
Okay. I like this, where this is going.
You see it getting folded in half, float over to the front door, and hung on a hook.
Okay.
Interesting. This guy is very nice.
Thank you, Liv.
If we get a ghost butler out of this,
No butler.
I think that's where
No
this is
butler.
heading.
No butler. He helps us. No butler.
you're right, maid.
I
I'm just gonna
extend
call it a
my
ghost
hand
bitch.
out to shake Tiff's hand.
I'm just gonna call it Ghost Bitch.
And so I'm not
I want you
embarrassed.
to have
I
different
move it
heads.
up and down. So these goobers can make fun of me.
Too late.
You don't know. And I go like, guys, this is my friend Tiff. He's a great dude. Treat him right.
Y'all moved in. Y'all are in the kitchen, right? Didn't y'all come down? We're all together.
Yeah, I checked in for a second.
I'm gonna go take a seat
I was
on one of the barrels, and I'm
headed
gonna
to the
be like,
yawning portal, but stopped for a second since it was a meeting.
I'm gonna go up and sit next to the on a barrel and be like, I'm gonna make more of this. This doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
Has my character gotten to make his coffee yet?
No, you're in the middle of brewing it. Because he just barely started the fire.
Oh, I think
He spent a lot more time gathering more firewood than he needed.
Sure.
Well, I did say the first, you broke up a piece of wood and you just continue to do it.
I'll
Like,
help,
okay.
I'll help you bring in wood.
But you can't bring in wood. It's wet and snowy outside.
Oh.
He's breaking apart the furniture that's available in the room.
And there's no real yard.
Yeah. Okay. So, decision time. You guys are talking to each other. You guys are telling each other what you guys know. He just told you some information about Lyft. Anything else you guys want to tell each other?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna make more chairs because this barrel isn't comfy.
Okay. We could say that, but there's no chairs to make out of.
I mean, before I ask a stupid question, let me actually check the map you've politely given us.
Also, guys, great idea. Just came to me. Zero backstory to it. Let's get the surrounding businesses to advertise here, and we'll do co-advertisement. They'll send people their places. We'll send people our places. Vice versa.
Isn't that what you were doing?
That's what I was going to do. I'm just telling y'all what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to play it off like it's a good idea because you don't know that he went and already kind of agreed to this with other people.
Okay.
No, I am 17 for
I'm just gonna yell out. Sounds like a great idea as long as you don't make any stupid promises.
Okay.
And you inform us before you make any decisions.
Okay.
You're like this is a group business. Okay, so it sounds like you guys are willing to do that. So are you guys going to go over coffee? You guys are sitting there discussing your business plan, your business deals, and how you guys are going to renovate the business.